Yo, what's going on, friends? Coach Elise here from Modern Hero Body, and welcome to our Mentorship Monday, my favorite day of the week. And I hope, friends, you're having the best day of your entire life. Let's get started. All right, this masterclass today, guys, is going to be for every man between age 35 to 70 years old. And I promise, if you're struggling with losing fat, with building muscle, with having more energy, this one for you. This one is for you, all right? And I see a lot of men stuck in losing the fat, building muscle. And even though you're trying, I know you're trying hard, but it's not, let me tell you this, it's not a lack of motivation, it's a lack of right systems. One of my favorite quotes in the entire world, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, or you fall to the level of your habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits or your systems. And that's exactly what we're going to talk today about. And I'm going to give you 5-step blueprint. You have to check these boxes. 5-step blueprint baked by science. All of this was research baked by science that you can start applying this week. Literally, it's all is going to be just you can start applying this week. You can finally move forward. I can guarantee that to you. All right. So only one thing, guys, I'm asking from you for this call is be present, right? Be where your feet are. Seriously, for the next 10 minutes right now, cut everything. Don't try to do a million things all together, because trust me, if you're trying to do a million things, unless you're on a walk or driving, they're just listening as a podcast, then it's fine. Because yeah, there's nothing to watch. It's going to be all everything. You just have to listen to me right now. But if you're doing something, some important project right now, something else, stop this video or stop what you're doing and focus on one damn thing, because you're gonna miss everything else. Ideally, right now, actually, if you can sit down, then grab paper and pen and write things down. Seriously. If it's written on the paper, I promise you, you're gonna remember it and gonna implement it 10 times better. Okay. So be present. Ideally, grab pen and paper and write things down right now. Okay. It's going to be super important. All right, let's rock and roll. So here's your 5 key blueprints to breaking through the plateau that you're stuck, that you cannot lose fat, you can build muscle. I promise you're going to find yourself in one of those, maybe in all of them, okay? And, and you'll be like, holy crap, oh my God, I'm missing on all of this. So if you're missing 1 to 3 of this, I promise you're going to start moving forward, all right? If you're going to start fixing on these key points. All right. Let's rock and roll. So the first one, number one, like I said, first one out of 5, first step is track your food. Even if it's not perfect, okay, track your food. I cannot stress enough, guys, how much researchers, people underestimate their calories by 47%. 47, not 5, not 10, 47%. Imagine even being off by 3 to 500 calories daily completely messes with your fat loss. Completely. That's why track your food. Again, and I'm not asking you have to do it for the rest of your life, but just do it for the next 7 to 10 days. Seriously. Make a commitment. I always say to my clients, I'm not asking you to track for the rest of your life, but make commitment, especially if you're right now on the fat loss journey right now. You're starting out for the next, whatever, 7, 21, 30 days. Just make commitment to track your food. It's super important. It's not only going to give me a lot of data about you so I can help you, but also it's going to open eyes for you what the heck is going on with your nutrition. You're most likely overeating or undereating. Both are pretty bad, usually, exactly, man. Overeating, like I said, you're just usually off by 47% if you do not track. So imagine if you're even thinking you're eating clean, it's not. You probably are unknowingly overeating. And even if you're overeating on the clean food, eating super clean, but you're still in caloric surplus, guess what? You're still gonna gain fat, or if you're not gonna lose any fat if you're still overeating, even by eating clean. Okay. So number one, for this your first actionable step, and write it down. Track your food. Track everything you eat for the next 7 straight days. That's it. No perfection needed, just brutal honesty. Okay. Just stick to it. And if you miss even 1 or 2 things, still is going to be much better. You'll be much better off than you see at least approximate picture of what's going on. Ideally, try to track every single thing for 7 days. Okay. Don't miss anything. Your snacks, because you're like, oh, barely eat, like handful of nuts here and there. No, man, it's exactly what you miss. Those handful of nuts, the oil that you're not tracking, that range, 200 calories that you're not tracking, all of that adds up to additional freaking 5 to 700 calories daily. And over the matter of week, by overeating just 500 calories, that's how you gain pound of fat. Imagine you're overeating 500 calories just for 7 days. This is your 1 pound of fat right there. Okay. So track everything. Use MyFitnessPal, or any other fitness app. There's so many of them. Those food trackers. Awareness creates control, right? What gets measured gets managed. Always say so. Track your food. Right. Number two, write it down. Focus on strength, not just sweat. All right. The study published in Obesity 2015, like I said, everything today baked by science. The previous one also was everything was full research. So the study published in Obesity 2015 found that people who lifted weights lost more fat and preserved more muscle compared to those who only did cardio. You see? So people who lifted weights lost not only more fat and preserved more muscle, right? They did both. They lost fat and preserved more muscle compared to those who only did cardio. So stop chasing those 2 hours, 1 hour on the treadmill. It's not gonna do you much, seriously. You can just eat freaking donut, which is 250 calories, and that's it. Within 3 seconds, you can smash the donut, and it's exactly your 45 minutes on the treadmill. So which one is easier, right? To walk on the treadmill and hate yourself for the next 45 minutes, or just do not eat donut, right? But if you start lifting weights, you build that muscle. And the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn in the resting stage. So then when you can do that, you build more muscle, then you can have the donut with no problem. You see how it works? It's not other way around. So don't chase the treadmill, don't chase the cardio, but focus on progressive overload, focus on strength training. Strength training boosts resting metabolism because muscle is metabolically active tissue. So that's what happens. Sweaty workouts, feels good, when you're getting like a little bit of pump, with the light weights or like, sweating on the treadmill. But strong workouts build better engine. So the stronger, the better engine you have, the more calories, like I said, you're burning in the rest stage. And this should be my main goal for strength training, right? Because what cardio, yeah, that's why a lot of people who does a ton of cardio and restrict themselves on the diets, yeah, you can lose fat, but you're gonna be just that skinny fat, You're gonna be no muscle whatsoever. If you're trying to build that really nice, aesthetically pleased body, then my friend, you gotta do strength training. Cardio is good just for cardiovascular system, for your heart health, for your lung capacity, but do not look at the cardio as your number one fat loss tool. Okay. So action step. This week, track your main lifts, right? So track all your main lifts. That's what I do with my clients in my Mother Here community. We always track all the lifts. That's why through my app, what gets measured, like I said before, gets managed, right? That's how you know exactly that you're progressively overloading your muscle. You break down the tissue, and this way you build more muscle. So this week, track all your main lifts. You don't have to track like little ones if it gets you overwhelmed, but at least focus on all the compound lifts, like your squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, all of those row, like heavy row, pull-ups, keep track of those. And next week, on your next workout, try to add even just 5 or 10 pounds to your lift, or even 1 or 2 extra reps, or one extra set. Just challenge yourself, whether with more weight or more reps, okay? On those major lifts. And progression beats exhaustion. Okay. So that's how, again, if you're going to start by adding a little bit of weight or more reps week by week, but you started this week, just do experiment, do it twice, one workout, do the same workout 3 days later, and track your numbers. Okay. And try to beat that previous workout by just even a little bit. All right. Number 3, prioritize sleep like it's part of your training. Sleep is super important, my friends. I cannot stress enough like how sleep is important. Seriously. If your sleep is trash, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work at the gym, even eating right, it's not gonna get you that really good looking body. Because if you lack on energy, if you lack running your day on the empty tank, I mean, guess what? You're most likely gonna overeat. You're not gonna have enough energy to work out hard, which is exactly like I talked before. Step two, progressive overload. If you're completely exhausted and you sleep like trash, then you're not going to be able to push yourself at the gym. You're not going to be able to build more muscle. You're going to have less energy. And of course, you're going to most likely going to overeat or binge eating on something because, like I said, that's what happens usually. Cortisol level goes through the roof, which is your stress hormone when you're not sleeping enough. And here's so many things happens right here. Like even study again, a bunch of studies was done. And one night, can you imagine? Just one night. I'm not even talking about like this you've been doing for the last 10 years of your life, shitty sleep. One night of bad sleep cuts muscle protein synthesis by 18%, spikes cortisol level by 21%, and drops your testosterone by 24%. This is full study research. I'll repeat one more time for you to finally understand how sleep is important. One night of bad sleep cuts muscle protein synthesis by 18%, spikes cortisol level by 21%, and drops your testosterone by 24%. Poor sleep literally shifts your body into muscle breakdown mode. That's what happened, right? We have muscle synthesis, right, and muscle breakdown. So that's exactly what happens. Your body shifts completely into muscle breakdown mode, which is not good, right? You want to just do the muscle breakdown only at the gym, but not all the time. So muscle, fat loss, recovery, motivation, all of that all crashes when your sleep is ignored. All right. So, said, if the one thing you're gonna take from this call today, focus on your sleep, man. Seriously. So set a hard stop. Seriously. Treat your sleep like any other appointment. Okay. Like, oh, I'll push another hour, finish project. No, man. If you didn't finish today, finish that project tomorrow. Seriously, leave it for later. Set a hard stop for any projects. Screen also set a hard stop alarm for setting your screen time at least 30-45 minutes before bed, so it's not gonna mess up with your sleep. I mean, I'll do the separate masterclass. I've done it before in the sleep. I'll do again, but man, start prioritizing. So cut the blue light 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Try to make a wind down routine, even just 5 minutes before bed. Use the sleep mask. That was a game changer for me last year. Use the sleep mask to cut out all the light. Try to keep your room dark, which my sleep mask helps, and cold. All right, that's it. If you're gonna do those things, and you're gonna get 7 hours, 7+ hours of sleep, I promise those gains and fat loss is coming to you. Number four, write things down. Plan your week, not just your day. Plan your week, not just your day. Research in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine showed that pre-scheduling workouts increase exercise adherence up to 50%. That's why I always do on Monday, check in with my clients, and we always reflect on the previous week, usually between Sunday and Monday, and create a game plan for the next week, because it's all about creating the plan for the whole week. If you're just wiggling, waggling, like just one day ahead, like, oh, maybe I'll do tomorrow workout, maybe next day. It's all about, setting those goals. Ideally, you want to do on Sunday. Sunday is perfect for setting your goals, and that's exactly when you create a game plan for the next week between Sunday and Monday. Then it's magic happens. So, see, pre-scheduling workouts in advance, or at least creating the plan, zoom out on your schedule and see, okay, I can maybe, okay, my goal to work out 3 times this week. So, my busy days, my crazy days, it's like Monday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll figure it out. Then I'll do my workouts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Boom. This way, you put them in calendar, you treat them like any other meeting, and that more likely will happen those workouts, okay? So, busy life equals you cannot leave workouts to chance, right? Prioritize your health. Put yourself first, man. And like I said, pre-schedule everything. Put it in your calendar. Zoom out first on Sunday or Monday morning. Zoom out on your schedule and plan your week ahead. So open your calendar. This is your action step, right? Today, before doing anything else, open your calendar and book 3, even 2. Let's start with 2 non-negotiable workout appointments for this week. Right, look where you have gaps in the windows in your schedule and book 2. Let's start with 2, not even 3. 2 workouts, non-negotiable workouts that are gonna make it happen this week. If it's not scheduled, it's most likely not happening. I'll repeat it again. If it's not, schedule it. Because you schedule all your meetings, right? You schedule, you go to work. If you have to be at work at 9, you're there at 9. But why not make an appointment with yourself, which should be the most important appointment? So if it's not scheduled, it's not happening. And last but not least, number 5, stop restarting and start adjusting. I'll repeat again, write things down, write it down. Stop restarting and start adjusting. So most people fail because they chase perfection, not because the lack of ability. So stop being perfect. No one's perfect and never will be, right? It's just not happening. All you have to do, you have to adjust your schedule again. You plan ahead, of course, you prepare yourself for the week. But of course, life happens. The meeting got pushed a bit later, your kid, you have to pick up the kid from school. Something else happened, on your way. So don't aim for perfection, but adjust. Be quick on adjusting your schedule. For example, if tomorrow morning you didn't plan to work out, but you see the window, 45 minutes in the morning, you can squeeze your workout in. Perfect. Do it, man. Do it. Don't wait like, oh, maybe I'll figure it out later. No, be quick on adjusting your schedule. All right. And be okay with messing things up. It's okay to mess up. Seriously, no one's perfect, especially if you're just starting out the journey. If you miss the workout or something happened, don't screw the whole week. If you miss, if you had one cheesecake or something, one bad meal, don't screw the whole weekend because of that. Seriously, just get back on track as soon as possible and just adjust and just, okay, miss my workout today, tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure that it's happening. Okay, so adjust. So according to European Journal of Social Psychology, it takes 66 days on average to form a new habit, right? Not 21 like a lot of people think. Not 21, 66. So that's why stop. Imagine you restart every time after just week or two. You're like, oh, I've been so good for a week or two. And after that, you restart again the journey. It takes 66 days to create some powerful habit. So adjust, man. There's during those 66 days, you're gonna mess up, and you're gonna mess up a lot, but still adjust accordingly and still continue making it happen, man, no matter what. All right. So if you have any bumps on the road, it's okay. All right. Just adjust and do not throw the whole plan away, but adjust as soon as possible. All right. Maybe shorten your workout. You have to leave early to next appointment instead of 45 minutes. Just get even 20 minutes workout, but it's still worth it that completely canceling. All right. Just do freaking 50 push-ups at home if you have to leave soon to the next appointment to work and you cannot make it to the gym. I would literally go in my living room. I'll do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. Will take me 5-7 minutes, and that's it. It's already like I check mark, that workout for today, and it's already better than nothing. The bad workout, the one that you didn't do. All right. So here's a quick recap for you, right? So here's your 5-step blueprint. And I promise, if you're going to start implementing and fixing these 5 steps, or maybe you need to fix all of them, maybe just few of them. Maybe you're already pretty good with sleep, in your schedule. Maybe you're messing, you're not tracking your food. Or maybe you're, doing progressive overload at the gym. You're killing it with your schedule, but, you're not sleeping. You sleep like trash. So find what's really important for you. One of this, what's really you might be messing, and behind those closed doors, you only know what you've been messing with based on those 5. And start taking action, man. So here's your 5 steps. Number 1, track your food, right? See the truth, see what's really happening. Don't just eyeball it. No, track for the next 7 days everything you eat. Number 2, strength training. Build your foundation, right? And challenge yourself. Push yourself a little bit extra every single time. That's how you promise you're going to get stronger. You're going to build muscle. You're going to lose that fat. So don't chase the cardio, but build the strength training foundation first. Sleep like a champ. Number 3, focus on getting your sleep. Seriously, build that habit, some maybe bedtime routine, cut the blue light, basically screen time 30 to 45 minutes before bed, and try to get best sleep possible, man. Because that's if you have a good sleep foundation, everything in your life will be going good and moving forward, and you're gonna get progress. This is like the best outcome, that 80-20 Pareto rule, right? This is your 20% of effort is gonna give you 80% of best results of outcome. This is your sleep. Plan your week, number 4. Don't leave success to chance. Zoom out on your calendar and find the gaps and plan and treat those workouts. Plan your week ahead and treat those workouts like any other meeting. And number five, adjust and don't quit. Be quick on adjusting your schedule. Stop quitting every time. You start and stop. You start and stop. Stop quitting and start adjusting your schedule. It's okay. I might stop one day. I'll be much better tomorrow. Okay. The small wins stack up. So celebrate those small wins, and those small little wins on a daily basis, they will stack up. I promise. That's how, success happens. After stacking those little wins on a daily basis, day in and day out. All right. So that's it, guys, my friends. Here's your homework. Find what you've been missing, even just one. Let's start this week with one thing. If you're missing all five, then don't try to chase all five because you're most likely going to also fail again. So just start with one this week and stick to it. All right. Let me know in the comments what's the one thing you're going to start implementing today and what's been the worst in those five takeaways. All right. 5 steps. All right. That's it for today, my friends. Go kill it. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.